Alright, let's see if this works. Okay. Hello. This is part 14. Holy shit, part 14. Yeah, my file's like 44 hours into this game. It's a lot of hours into this game. I know this is the sort of game that people play for hundreds and hundreds of hours. But yeah, it's pretty hard. Alright, so, let's see. I've got a little list from last stream. I gotta complete this assassination mission, replace at least 3 of my monsters. The Ancient Spirit, the Volatile Phoenix, and the Dusk Ashian are really no longer necessary. One of the things that I wanted to look at was... let me see. Somewhere in here. So there's a start a battle trait that exists on a bull somewhere. Reference list, traits. Oh, really? It won't let me do that with my keyboard. I have to do it with my controller. No, that's not acceptable. I'm just gonna have to use the Siralim planner if this is gonna be this way. Start of... that ought to be good. Let's see if I can find it real quick. No, probably not. Divine Form looks interesting. 100% of whatever stat corresponds to their fused creature's class. I'd have to remember what the class correspondences are if I'm gonna use that. Let's see. Oh, there it is, the Apis Majesty. This creature gains 100% attack and defense speed. This creature deals 70% less damage. I'm pretty sure that I do not give a fuck how much damage that creature does. So that is an Apis Majesty. Wait, where is it? Necessitarianism? Necessitarianism. Okay, that's probably. Anyway. It is an Apis. There it is. There he is. That's our boy. So this probably almost certainly is what we put our oh, that guy's like got very even stats. Having gained or lost stats, they have 75% more stats. Yeah, but that's not gonna work for my creature. I guess I wonder if there's a way. So if I'm gonna have to pop the Siralim planner, and then usually this window capture works if I've got just a... yeah, there we go. Okay, so can I search by no. Wait, the compendium will probably handle this. Traits. It's traits but no monsters. Really? Nobody bothered to do this ever? There's no way to like sort by oh, yeah, I guess I can do this. Well, 2020, huh? The dumpling seems to have high overall stats. I kind of want something with super average stats. What I'm guessing that most creatures just kind of have a fair balance. Okay, so we've got maybe averages here. Okay, that's definitely not 1500 results. This is pages up here. So if I were to just scroll down, I could, like, at a glance, look for greens across the board, I guess. I want one with just all greens. That would be really nice. It'd be really nice if I could sort these by, like, averages. Let's see. Or, like, toggle each of them and have it filter by, like, okay, well, this has the highest of both. Like, the highest if these two stats are averaged. Couldn't be that hard to program in that function. Anyway, the question really at this point is there a creature with, like, universally high attributes? Okay, so now we are into the so this is the page before we get to the average health. So this is better than average health. So if our creature with, like, 21 all stats exists, it will be here. So 2020, 2015. Just kind of curious, honestly, at this point. There we go. 35, 20, 20, 20, 10. See, so certain creatures definitely got variable stats on creatures. It's not always exactly the same, is it? 2020, 2015 with 35 is better than 2020, 2010 with 35, right? So there's definitely some variability in the total number of stats. I wish it would just let me search for, like, highest total stats. But different ones, it looks like health would be weighted differently, kind of, so. 19, 19, 14. No, stop that. So I guess, yeah, because what you'd want is something kind of average. The thing is it seems like the way to approach this problem is to just choose based on traits, and then, like, traits in class, and then sort of work it into an average with the tomes. Basically, right? Maybe we can start looking at, like, start of battle stuff. Start of battle, like, stat modifying. Steals 15% of your other creatures' attack, intelligence, defense, and speed. Oh, it's an sin. Gains acid rain. Gains a barrier. So if I wonder if this works with oops. So it's the Avaritas Sin. Let's go ahead and go back to the game for a minute. I probably have that creature. There it is. So if this creature steals 15% of all of its other creatures' stats, and then the Apis amps it, right? So when would that go off? Those have to resolve in an order, and it pisses me off because I don't think there's any way to tell what order they are going to resolve in. Based on sort of, I wonder if it just resolves based on what slot it's in. Like if the main trait goes off and then the fused trait. To be honest, I'm willing to bet that that's it. So, what am I even looking at here? Combat, start battle effects. Traits are granted, shared with the other creatures if applicable. Races are changed. Buffs, debuffs minions. Stats are increased, stats are decreased. But both of those are increases. But it's also an increase and a decrease, so I wonder if it just happens after. If it just happens after, it'd just be step 6. Like the pessimistic prediction is just that it doesn't work, which is a bummer. Your battle. Your creature's stats are set equal to the average of all their stats, excluding health. That's an interesting take. At the start of battle, set the creatures the highest of your other creatures' respective base stats. Ooh, now that's really tempting. That's really, really tempting. The weird thing about this is that it's going to start a battle. That would effectively ignore, like, that would effectively ignore tomes. Well, wait a second. There's 5 stats. And I only really have 5 creatures, so this creature would have to organically have one of the highest stats if I wanted that to work out. So actually, that kind of works. Start a battle. This creature gains Firestorm. Yeah, it doesn't like doing that format. Start battle. This creature casts gains chain lightning. Okay. Yeah, that seems like an avatar kind of a trait, huh? 40% more damage and take 10% less damage for each turn they've taken in the current battle. That's hilarious. 2 random traits that belong to the same race as the first creature. This creature gains maximum health equal to 15% of your other creature's maximum health. You know, I'm kind of sold on this NVIDIA Sin plus NVIDIA Sin plus the Apis for right now. And what we want to do is we want to take our perks. Take a look at our perks. It is... Which one? 50% of your third creature's stats. Right at the start of the battle. So that's really good. So let's go ahead and look at the NVIDIA Sin. Uh-oh. Do I not have you? Does not. Oh, there it is. This seems like a really good combo. So it's going to have the class of the second creature. So I could make it death. I could make it a death Apis, and that actually sounds really cool to me. I may need to post this in the Discord and ask. Seems really fucking relevant. I would love to fuse the Apis with the NVIDIA Sin in that order, just because it pleases me. Like, makes me happy. But I get, like... I have the depressing, suspicion that the Order of Resolution may actually be, like... Wow, I really wish that there were cooler colors, but I guess I'll do that. Okay, so... in terms of creatures we can let go, we can probably let go of the Ancient Spirit immediately. What's he doing for us? Okay, well... Velocity, reach, Bulwark. Okay, the Bulwark... Probably gonna miss the Bulwark, potentially. Maybe, honestly. Maybe not, as well. And now I have a curiosity that I've never had before in this game. I actually haven't even bothered to look at this. Like... If I go to socket... so 21 and 21 is... Uh-oh. Okay, we've got a sword here, so let's just go ahead and test it. It's tier 37 sword. What if I put health speed? This is kind of too... So int defense gives me 28, whereas a raw int gives me 46. Okay, so that's a winner. You get more out of hybrid stats. All things being equal, which is really important. Sorry if my camera's fuzzy. Just noticed. So we're gonna get 56, which is actually a fair amount more. What about health int? Oh, that's interesting. So it's really potentially not... I mean, health is already kind of a biased stat, right? Like, health is really, really good in very many ways that other attributes or other stats aren't. So this is fine. But if I want to maximize... my stat gain from this Apis, what I'm probably going to want to do is put a helmet in it. Upgrade the unholy hell out of that helmet. Cool. Okay. We're gonna name this helmet the Horns. All right. We'll go ahead and socket this. And we want, so we have 1, 2, 3. And we've got 5 stats, but one of them is health, so 4 stats really. So I can do... defense speed. So we can do... the easiest if I organize it like this. We'll do attack defense. We'll do int speed. And then a raw health stat, I guess, to keep things even. Excellent. Not sure what I want to do with this guy. So, oh, I can level up guys that aren't on my team, right? So, just go level up. Boom. And we don't really care, but it's gonna be easiest. Oh, okay. I have to look at... oh shit. I've got my window capture up again. Whoops. Oh well, sorry guys. My window capture is up that whole time. But I am actually gonna bring it back up now. Disappointingly enough, and I will try to remember to close it out this time. I gotta look at, so what is the Apis? If I look at his base stats, we've got... so attack would be the easiest thing to do with him. He's got big boy attack. And I want to make my 6th slot creature very, very tanky, so it's probably easier to buff attack with him than anything else. So, when I go to put tomes on him, I will do attack. Let's see. Deposit my ancient spirit, and we withdraw this guy. And reorder. There we go. Let's take down the window capture. Gosh, I'm gonna have to remember that. I really gotta figure out. I may just do a fucking monitor capture, like a screen capture. Is there anything like... I just don't want to dox myself, you know? I'm wondering if there's anything potentially incriminating. Location-wise, or... I don't think there's... Even if something happened and my desktop were revealed, I don't think there's anything incriminating. Like, I don't think I'm about to dox myself, so I might just do, like, a screen capture. For now. Seems bad. Anyway. Okay, and if I had to have another trait on this guy, like... Because we might do... So we're gonna do like start a battle. We want stats here. That gives maximum health equal to, and these stats are set to their minimum values. That's tough. One of your creatures is chosen to have 100% more stats for the rest of the battle. Stats other than health. It's a backer trait. So these all happen later on. Okay, so this one happens. Let's try your beacon's stats are averaged and then increased by 25%. So don't have a beacon right now. Elves share 5% of their stats with each other. If you have 6 different sanctuses... Health, attack, and defense and speed. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So it's in that order. Gieran's strategy. That's pretty interesting, actually. You could like double dip on all your stats. Oh. Shit. You could pretty much double dip on all of your stats doing that. But you'd have to arrange it so that... And again, I'd have to, like, figure out which order traits resolve in. Is that gonna go off, like, before... I don't know if that would go off before the other start of battle stat modifiers. It's really, really worth taking a look at, though. Here, that's gonna be better. Crazy. What to do with the artifact here is the question. At the start of this creature's turn, your other creatures gain equal to 5% of this creature's respective stats. Like, that's cool. But since stats reset on death, that's only really cool on my animators. Additional stats equal to 5% of your other creature's highest stats. Has is probably a have effect. If this creature is killed, it grants your other creatures 25% of its stats. Yeah, but unfortunately that competes. Additional stats equal to 50% of the stats of your dead creatures. Potentially interesting. Like... %50 chance to gain double stats from stat boosting effects. More effective stat gains are tempting to me because they don't multiply the number of times that I'm gaining a stat. At the start of this creature's turn, it kills your other creatures and gains 20% of their stats. That's funny. There's a 50% chance to gain double stats from stat boosting effects. That's also funny. This creature gains 100% more stats. This is kind of stupid looking. I'm not really building a team so much as just checking off stuff that's interesting to me. 20% more stats for each different class of creature fighting on your side is really powerful, actually. There are only 5 classes, though, right? Or are there 6? Trying to remember. Codex. There are 6. 120% stats would be pretty wacky. And all I would have to do is somehow arrange for myself to have like prismatic classes. Even Kaz doesn't know how those are going to resolve. We have found it. We're hitting the limits. This creature's stats are not reset after it's killed. I mean, boy, would I like to have that, but like the Gravebinder anointment. You wouldn't normally want to use both at once. I don't know. I think the fact that they could stack makes them like exquisitely desirable together. After this creature gains a stat, it gains the same amount of another stat. Yeah, but see, that's a separate gain. That's not going to work. This creature has 15% more stats for each minion it has. Are you kidding me? That could be wild. Yeah, I don't even know about that. If you're an ally killed, this creature gains 50% of its stats. It's obviously, like, that's one of those that I've been keeping an eye on. I've got to beat Myrtle, like, 2 more times, I guess. After an enemy is killed, this creature gains 20% of its stats. Yeah, that's Myrtle stuff. A random enemy gives 15% of their stats to this creature. That actually is probably wild for something like this. That's because enemy stats are going to end up being a lot higher than your creature stats just due to the level effect. Yeah, that Girin's Unity thing. That's a another boss, but I don't know if I don't think I have that yet. Girin. Yeah, this is Girin's kneecap. Wait. There it is. 10% of your other creature stats. Additional stats. This trait does not work with creatures that also have this trait. I don't know if that's what I want to do just yet. Okay, let me see if I can bring this back up. Spectres decrease enemy stats 50% more. This trait does not stack. Whoa! But that's only if my enemy is a Spectre. There we go. When enemies lose stats, increase the amount of stats reduced by 50%. Hey, Vex Invocation. See, these two are crazy. I don't have that yet, though. Don't have either of those. Sanitize inhibition at the start of battle is Mega Magic. I wish I knew what Mega Magic did. Can we find out what Mega Magic does, potentially? Mega Magic. Enemies take a large amount of damage. Excellent. Oh wait, the spell doesn't do anything when cast. Do anything when cast. More attack for each charge this spell gem is missing. Okay. I want to know what the cast manually. Cast manually. Can it be cast manually? There we go. There's quite a few of these, huh? 7 of them. With silence burning fear. The spell cannot be cast manually. It has a 30% chance to cast at the start of the caster's turn. Cast by enemies at the start of their turn. See, that's pretty funny because it deals damage based on int. So the inner destruction is not necessarily good for my build, where my build is nuking enemy stats. Random trait. 50% chance to cast when the caster defends or provokes. Interesting. Sacrifice to the light is pretty interesting. Caster transforms into a random nature creature with 100% health. Then the spell gem is sealed. The spell cannot be cast manually. A 1% chance to cast when this creature takes damage while it is below 25% health. That's a useless spell. No one will ever use that. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off. Actually, let me save that real quick. For the first time, I will save what I am doing with the Siralim planner. How do I do that? Very important for me to do that. Maybe that'll work. If I pop that open, yep. That's just... I'm going to send that as a Discord message to my girlfriend. It's gonna be like, what is this? Sacrifice light. Pretty interesting until you can get the realm instability where enemies get copies of your spell gems. I mean, even with that, it's not that bad. Like, I would just be using it for a free res, right? Like, I'd just be slapping a copy of it on every creature. Gihren's kneecap might be the way for this particular setup. at the moment. Kieran's Unity. I mean, all I've really done at this point is replaced a useless character with creature with a creature that potentially like is going to give at least like a lot of stats. Because this creature should start with massive stats. I mean, depending, hopefully. Right. Like it should have like if this resolves in a polite order, and honestly I should definitely test this. Like before even doing anything else. I should go and test this. Start a battle, this creature gains 100% of those stats. Now also at the start of battle, it borrows the highest of all these stats. So the question is, like, is that going to go off before my Animatus? Or is my Animatus perk? Start a battle, your Animatus gains 50% of your third creature's stats. Like, I have to figure out what order these are going off in, which is really Valora's Flower and that one Phoenix. That one Phoenix? The Phoenix that's like got Buffet. Valora's Flower is like the at the top of the timeline, and then it's like every. It's not that one Phoenix. It's the other Phoenix. You intentionally don't have the Cogwind perk. I think so at the moment. I mean, there's no reason not to. It's just that there's really no reason to have it at this point. Actually, I can utilize that now. Because I can use that to get Slaughter, actually, as a less restrictive way to get Slaughter. If I stick my creature, if I stick a Slaughter gem on my fourth creature instead of here, it means I don't have to use Generous every combat. Because so like right now this creature has a Slaughter gem, and the Slaughter gem has Generous on it, and that's just what it does. But I can give this creature a well, whatever creature is in the fourth slot. And it's not really important right now which creature is in the fourth slot, but it will be eventually. Revived creatures 50% chance to be on top of timeline. Okay, and then it would be that plus enemies take damage equal to 50% of its highest stat. Yeah, that's considerably more compelling than the speed one. I like that sort of damage engine. But and that's going to be good eventually, actually. So I should at least make note of that. I'm going to pop my wait. There it is. Food for thought. I'm making a food for thought section, okay? Valora's Flower. And Valora's Trick is only this creature, though. Plus Phoenix. Res to top of timeline. So unless you will find a way to share it, it's not that good. That's what I'm saying is that, like, so it would be fairly big if I had a way of, like, continually proccing it for my Animatus, but, like, honestly, I have better ways of applying my... I would say, like, at a glance, I probably have better ways of applying my stats to the enemies as damage, like, just through other game mechanics. Like, it's nifty that you could probably set up a team that's basically, that basically cycles that. But here, I don't think it's more powerful than what I'm already going to have. This is really confusing me. So I want to put the horns on this guy. But really, like, I want to know... Oh, God. I want to know... I actually want to unequip this and see if I can't track, like... So it should grab the defense and health from my Animatus. The speed from my Phoenix. So I gotta write this down. This is gonna be really boring and annoying, but it's probably gonna be useful. 6136. Health, 5105 defense. Let me see. Dear God, this is so much. It's so involved. That's the highest int, right? Yes, sir. 3682 int. 3222 attack. And then the Ocean, where's the speed? It's gonna be 4289 speed. Okay, so what we are hoping for, right, is that we get, because what all is going to happen here? We are hoping that this guy ends up with those, like, double those for base stats. So I'm not going to equip him with anything. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have anything else that would fuck with this. So we are hoping that this creature has exactly double those stats that I have written down now. And then we will know if our traits are resolving in the right order. I'm going to go to Realm Depth 130 just to make sure that things are... Oh, okay, so here we go. Are you kidding me? Can I go first? No? Okay, I can inspect my... Okay, so these resolve in the wrong order. Ugh, that's really bad. Fortunately, it seems like this resolves in the right order. What? Wait, no, he's gaining stats from that guy. We're gonna figure this out. Can I not have a creature die instantly? Thank you. Okay, you have very little in the way of intelligence. What is up with that? Your intelligence and health are quite low. 15% more defense and speed. Okay, so it's got a bunch of defense and speed, and the rest it's getting from its artifact, which just gives a bunch of attack. Okay. It's also getting all of this creature's stats. What? It's actually not. If it was gaining 50% of this thing's intelligence, there's no way it would still only have 5,000 intelligence. not a prayer. So this is actually resolving in completely the wrong order. Royal Phoenix, second chance shouldn't be applied to itself, according to the Siralim planner. Let me see. Royal Phoenix. Oh, here. Let me just... Royal Phoenix. What are we talking about here? We have a 50% chance straight does not stack. Second chance. Oh, okay, that is the trait. I don't think we were talking about this being applied to itself. We were talking about using it with Valora's flower for the for like when it revives a creature, that creature would be sent to the top of the timeline. So like, oh yeah, well I guess. Wait, really? So wait, how does? So you're saying that when this creature is resurrected, because this creature is not around if it's dead and rezzed, that it won't work on itself? So like, if I put Valora's flower on this creature, that wouldn't work because it won't be around for its to proc. Posted in theory crafting about envy and necessitarianism. It's a hell of a word, man. Okay, theory crafting. In the good order. Now, here's the question is... Because it didn't work here, it, did you fuse... The question is like, did you fuse your Apis with the Envy in the way that I did, or did you fuse Envy and then Apis? Because I fused them this way and it does not look like it resolves favorably. Just FYI. I fused Sin as main parent. Okay, so I have my answer in that case. My answer would be that the traits resolve based on top to bottom, really. So if you've got the Envy trait up top, and that's actually a real bummer for me, and I might actually just restart without saving. If that's the case. I may just relaunch my game real quick, because I don't think I did anything else important. I wonder if that's cheating. I just don't want to have to farm another... I don't want to have to farm another Envy and Apis if I don't have to. So I feel like this is in the spirit of honesty. Oh, nope, I still have the bull. It doesn't matter. It autoed me. Okay, I don't have this is the problem, is that I need to go farm another Apis. Fine. So start of battle traits are going to trigger in the order that they show up. And I actually now have another curiosity. My curiosity is going to be relatively easy to check, I think. So if we take my artifact and we unequip the artifact, then we should be able to see right now. We're going to go to floor 40 because I don't want to deal with things going before me. Okay, so if we look at my bull here, it's still definitely not doubling the highest stat. Wait a second. See, because right now it kind of looks like it is. I will double check this. I don't want to wait Gihren's strategy or envy. That would overwrite. They're both going to set stats, so one would just replace the other. Well, I have I've not used Gihren's yet. But I think Gihren's kneecap, the one that I was thinking about using, just adds. It says it gains. Let me see though, real quick. So this guy is certainly not gaining half of... So the way to look at this would be attack and int is for dead creatures. So we're not looking at defense and speed, because defense and speed he's getting buffed for living creatures. So we're looking at attack and intelligence. So did he gain 3,000 attack? No. No fucking way. So that's resolving in a very... that's resolving in a bit of a sad order, is what I would say at the moment. Wait a second. I could just forfeit, because I don't want to be here. Okay, but, yeah. So I don't want to be here, so I'm going to go ahead and forfeit real quick. Don't care about my reward bonus at the moment, because I think it's quite small anyway. So, yeah, let's look at this one more time. Yeah, there's no way. So he's got 3,800 attacks. So he's definitely fusing before the start of battle effect goes off. So here's the question. Is that effect... procking off of my Animatus? And if I reorder my creatures, can I get it to happen in a different order? So if I simply move this guy over here, for example, is it possible that... Nope. It's not gonna happen, apparently. Let me double check. Third creature, so that should be the Apis. Oof, so that's really bad. Like, that is a really, really bad way for that to resolve. And it kind of looks like that's actually going off before even... That's going off before either of these traits, by the look of it. I just have Envy, Apis, and a Rooster, and the 2x is definitely happening after the stats are set by Envy. Yeah, I think that you're right. I think that that's happening on mine as well, actually. Like, let me see. Let me just double check here real quick. Because nothing else should have really changed here. The question is, so like this doesn't reflect artifacts, right? We said that, so it's like the int here is 3,000 versus 10,000. So these are the base stats, right? These are the base stats that I'm looking at. So according to what I've written down here, if this thing is going to borrow the base stats of every creature, like the highest base stat of every respective creature, right? So we're talking 6,000, 3,000, oh, it's going to be 3,800, 2,835. And then it's going to be, for int it will be 3,600, yep. For defense it will be 5,100, yep. And for speed it will be 4,289, yes. Okay, so here's how this should look. Oh shit. Give me a second. Give me a second. I can do this. What in the fuck? That's how this should look. Like, that is how my Apis stat should look, considering that I have nothing nothing equipped to the guy. Let's just favor. Just trying to avoid random shit happening. Okay, so he's borrowing the stats, right? For sure, borrowing the stats. So let me see, 6,136 health. Like, the guy's only got 6,443 health. If he's increasing, if he's gonna double, okay, it doesn't double the health. Alright, but, okay, so 3,800 attack, that's doubled. 7,000 defense, that's doubled. 5,000. So the 5,000 defense is not doubled. I wonder why that is. Is something happening with my Animatus's defense that it's not getting borrowed properly? $8,184. I wonder if it's borrowing the next highest because it just doesn't like borrowing from my Animatus. Let me sanity check that. Next highest would be itself. So 3,676 times 2, 7,352. Still makes no sense. What is going on with this Animatus's defense? So it looks like it's working. It looks like it's working right even when things are arranged in this order. Unfortunately, molecular betrayal is molecularly betraying me. Does this thing count creatures as being living right now? Is that what's happening to me? Is there a way to see base stats? All right, so the real takeaway, right, is that that's working as intended, but molecular betrayal is robbing me. Because molecular betrayal is just not happening in the favorable order, basically. Yeah, it's molecular betrayal up first, seemingly. Like, at least I think so. That relic's not doing anything to my stats or anything, right? So this thing is not doing anything to my stats, right? It's health bonus, minor health bonus, and that's it. I took the artifact off of my animatus, and yeah, there's no way. He's not gaining 50% of the post buff stats. Give me a combat. Yeah, look at this. My Apis has more stats. So, like, the int and the attack, right? He should be gaining 3,000. Like, if this were favorable, he'd be gaining 3,200 attack. He'd be gaining 3,500 int. So that's really sad. That's just how it is. I mean, like, honestly, there might be something interesting there, right? If, let's see how this works. If, not only is the Apis a nice fat stat stick for the purposes of slaughter anyway, even after all of that's said and done, but this may actually lead to some interesting conclusions if this works consistently. Because if the start of battle perks always happen before the start of battle traits in my party, then I may be able to do some interesting things with regards to Damnation's Edge and Endowment. Because if Damnation's Edge and Endowment happen before anything else, then I may just be able to borrow these traits that I am trying to use to buff this creature. Problem with that is that I'm already kind of borrowing quite important some quite important stats. There's no way to there's really no, like, that was the biggest whiff on the stat stick right there. Like, the fact that I can't have that work with molecular betrayal is a major blow, and I'm not sure how I was quite excited to have that work. If molecular betrayal is triggering first, then I guess Envy will copy your animator's boosted stats onto the Sin. That is a way to get it into the is one way to kind of get it onto that. So what I do is I can boost my Animatus, but not post start of battle. The first thing that happens is that my Animatus perks go off. Which means that Fat Apis Boy may actually still be desirable from the standpoint of, like, being a big beefy calf for the slaughter. He's literally a calf for the slaughter. That is what this guy is. Like, that works. Let me see. So the way to set this up... I really hate that I have to go here in order to reorder my guys. So the way that this is going to end up working is that what I actually want is somebody here with a ton of stats, naturally, that just has a ton of stats. Got any suggestions, Kaz? Like that actually straight up, what that boils down to is, like, I'm gonna have to tome somebody up, right? Basically. Like, toming somebody up is gonna be the answer there. Oh, shit. Yeah, not only did that happen, but I've been, like, window capturing this whole time, even though I've been running around in-game. I'm pretty dumb. What I'm gonna have to have is I'm gonna have to have a creature with big stats that isn't reliant on start of battle stats to create big stats. You can set stats for Akara once you get God Spawn. Akara? Creature's base stats are 20 plus 5 for each non-ethereal spell gem it has equipped. The base stat that is increased by this trait is determined by the class of the spell. R. But here's the question, is this trait determined by the class of the spell? Only the first 8 spell gems are considered. High base stats on the third creature. It's my favorite god spawn for practical reasons. The question is this gonna work? Like, it can have 75 of a stat, but what can it have for all stats? Like, if I upgrade its stats evenly. Activates immediately, even outside combat. Oh, that's cool. You can reach 30 each. Because if I use the tomes to get it even, and then... Let me see. So we are going to... And that is the... What kind of god spawn is that? Let me look again. Then I'm actually going to turn off my window, hopefully. It's Akara. Do I have that even? Am I just rusing myself? Is this gonna suck? Yeah, it does not look like I have this thing, or does it? Do I? Oh no. Okay, so... Yeah, it would be in here. It's just not in here. I have to go buy it, right? It's a god spawn, and I have to favor a god to favor rank 20 to unlock their god spawn project, and then grind that. Oh no. Particle of Akara. Is this so there's a god named Akara, or what? How do I get this? Help me out, fam. Ariamaki. Alright, people know. Breath and Balance. I like Breath and Balance anyway. Let me just go ahead and equip this artifact again. I'm going to equip this guy with his stupid horn just for the time being. He's not doing anything. We're going to assign him a strategy, and his strategy is going to be defend. Or maybe I'll just have him attack. Who cares? Oh boy. God Favor 20. And how much does God Favor 20 take? Is a potentially good question here. Rank 11, rank 12. Okay, so I've got some rank 11s and 12s. Ari Yamaki, you're rank 4, which is not great. Pilgrimage missions. So I'm gonna have to finish up my my assassination mission, but then I can run pilgrimage missions. The bull has so much stats. So much stats. Like, that was such a good find that they stack that way. And then just Molecular Betrayal being a giant pile of shit. If you grind their realm, you'll get through 3 pilgrimage and then basically be done. You should be farming on Realm Instability 5, trying to get a God Spawn, though. You need 50 emblems. Well, I'll have 50 emblems by the time that I do that. But what do you mean by, like, the Realm Instability thing? Because my team can't handle Realm Instability, so... like, it just can't deal with the randomness at the moment. It does. You get them from chests. More chests. Loot is higher and emblems. Interesting. Okay. But as far as getting the Godspawn goes, that's just unlocking the Godspawn purchase in the shop, right? I'm not missing anything about that. Like, I'm not misunderstanding. Because I'm just probably going to do it on Realm Instability 0 for the time being, since my lineup is not good right now. The only emblems I've seen come from chests were Godshop crests, Godshop chests. Huh. So I must have got my mission, my assassination mission done there. That Apis is fat, man. I sure do wish that it worked the way I wanted it to. Here's my next question, is like, what I do, right, at that point is... What I do at that point is I put the Apis where he is right now, right? Well, what I do is I make the God spawn. I make the God spawn, and then I fuse him with the Envy, and give him the Apis trait or something like that, right? Like, we're gonna put that all, we have to put that all in the same thing. I'm not crazy. That's got to be how we do that. We put it all in the same thing, and then we put it into slot 3 anyway, so that what happens is that the fucking Apis borrows its own stats. in the end by, like, it just does it in the wrong order. Like, I'd love it to all start on my Animatus, right? Like, that's the wet dream, but that's not possible. So what I do is I put the Envy and the Apis together on the God Spawn, basically. Like, all of those traits go onto one creature. And then I suffer deeply when the Realm Instability says that I'm not allowed to have more than 2 traits. Envy replaces base stats, though, and Akara is big. Akara slot 3. Akara slot 3? Envy replaces base stats. Not before... Not the way that we've reasoned it, though, right? Kaz, let me, like, walk you through my thinking here, right? Akara goes into slot 3 and has base stats, like, pre-combat base stats of, what, like, 30 each or whatever, right? Molecular Betrayal will go off before Envy triggers. And then Envy will trigger and take all of the base stats, probably. All of them, since Akara will have the biggest base stats categorically. So, and the Animatus is going to be taking 50% of all of Akara's stats. 50% of them at the start of the combat before anything else happens. Presumably, that will push Animatus stats all up to the highest of every stat. If I arrange this correctly, with both of them with, like, equal stats in all categories. And then Envy will proc, setting all of its base stats at the start to the Animatus' stats now. So they will both start with the same stats, and the Animatus will steal 100% of its stats back during the slaughter loop, thereby doubling its stats by killing one guy. Yes, that's my understanding of how it should work, unless I'm bonkers. Which, you know, the game is complicated enough that I wouldn't ride myself for getting something like that wrong. I feel like I definitely have to playtest a lot of this stuff based on wording and things like that. So, but I am kind of excited to get that all going in one creature slot, because I don't really want to have to. I like the trait setup that I'm thinking of for my Animatus already. And I don't want to have to consume 2 creature slots just to get all these stats going. I would like minimal investment for maximum return there. I am going to be made very, very sad by Realm Instability very often, though, in that case, because I really will be relying on an artifact trait. But I think the bigger one in that case will be Envy. Potentially. So I can just put whatever one has the smaller effect on the trait stone. Is there a reason you're focusing on all stats rather than just one? I could focus on, and I've considered focusing on just intelligence. But I've seen a few ways to leverage all stats that makes me kind of feel like I should. And also, I guess, there are a couple ways in which I can rationalize it. I feel like it will be strong to focus on all stats. There's the assassination, Doomsday Embryo, thank you. So that can now just go straight up on my Animatus's artifact here. But now I'm not sure that I want to keep this artifact, which is very sad. Actually, I can tear all the stats out and replace them with equalizing stats. Although, no, it needs health if I'm going to do that. Fuck. Added damage from Amaranth applies to all damage dealt. And it will make you practically immortal, just focusing on defense personally. And Amaranth is what a, is Amaranth the relic? What is Amaranth? Oh, no, it's a creature, right? It's a trait. I think I've seen it. It's one of the golem traits, isn't it? But, where's my... Oh, there's the statues down there. I missed it. The reason that I'm all stats, one of the nice things about all stats is that, well, in a situation like this, right, I'm getting, because this is going to be a really naive and unsophisticated argument here, but basically, like, it's allowing me to effectively kind of double dip on traits like, well, I mean, quintuple dip, if you want to think of it that way, on traits like the Apices, where I'm actually gaining a crap ton of stats, as opposed to just one. But if I guess if no, because like the Apis will be grabbing the highest stat, even if I buff all one stat on the God Spawn. So I still feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck if I just allow my Animatus to steal all of the stats at once, because things like Thrive on Death steal stats indiscriminately, so it feels like I'm missing out if I focus exclusively on, like, if I focus on one stat to the exclusion of all the others. If that makes sense. Can just stat swap gems for spell damage. Yeah, but for example, like crits are based on a speed difference. And I don't know if that's just for attacks or if that also works for spells. I'm gonna sound like I'm reaching here. I actually would be okay with you guys convincing me to just do like one stat or something like that, but my inclination is to allow Thrive on Death to just ramp every single stat, like, indiscriminately. One of the things, though, is that I definitely saw a trait that was like, your damage is now based on the average of your stats, which I was pretty interested in, to say the least. When you focus on one stat, the are exponential. Kind of, right? There's diminishing returns on stats. So only insofar as you can boost the base stats, right? Because there's a limited number of multipliers that you can grab up and leverage to any extent anyway. Will net absolutely massive numbers. Stardust Armor for big attack based on defense, and modding for potency based on defense. Well, okay, one problem with that here, and this is obviously like I'm imposing an extra set of restrictions, right? Is that I am building an animator. I am building an animator lineup, and that's something where that's a stipulation I'm not willing to budge on at the moment. And my Corpse Explosion gem is something I don't have access to in terms of enchantment, so I can't really modify the potency coefficient on my Corpse Explosion. Will bards change? I think it's just for attacks. Okay. Kaz caught that before I did. I'm like the least expert ever on this game, so my arguments are made in low confidence, by the way. And feel free to argue with me as though I'm convincible, because I am. I'm wondering how it's going to look, like how the stats will look in the end. Doing this versus doing like a lumped up thing, because my understanding of it is that the stat scaling falls off of a cliff at some point, right? Like at 500% or something like that. Does it just hard stop, or does it just like suddenly you're getting like a fraction per time that you're gaining stats? Yeah, and really the thing is that I would prefer to be able to do all of my stat ramping in like within a turn or two. And that may be, again, I might just simply be being really optimistic here, but it seems to me that if you set things up right, you should be able to multiply, like, with something like Slaughter, since you can multiply your stats, you know, I can gain 50% of every creature's stat 15 times a turn or something like that. Seems like I should be able to get up to, like, scientific notation numbers pretty quickly. Okay, so we got Shadowbringer. We did our... So I should be doing a pilgrimage. Favor with the god of your choice. We are going to do this. Can I do more than one? No, I cannot do more than one, so this one can just be a specialization again. Soft cap for percent gains, you just plateau. Okay. Locks at one value. Okay. So then you just... Wait, 25% of all stat... So what it is after you've gained 500... Let me see if I can reiterate this. See if I understand this properly. So after you have gained 500% total of whatever stats, like 500% total of all your stats, like each stat caps beyond 500%, you will no longer gain whatever number. Instead, you gain a 25% increase of the stat that you currently have, or something like that. Like 25% of your current stat is what you will gain. Is the maximum that you can gain, or something like that. That's what I'm hearing. So if I have 100, and throughout the course of the battle I have gained up to 600 attack, like I have 100 attack, and over the course of the battle I've gained, you know, positive 500%, which would put me at 600 attack. Then after that, any stat gains that I make are going to be capped at 25% of the 600. Each stat gain is capped at 5+% stat gain. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was exactly right in that case. So, because like, okay, but times 5, not times 6. So it's not like 500% additional. It's, I hate percentages because of that, but I get what you're saying. So that makes sense to me. That works exactly how I thought it did. It's just that my example was wrong because percentages are ambiguous. So I got it. I think I should have enough emblems by the time I'm done this, hopefully. What time is it? 9:10? Probably gonna have to go in about 40 minutes. I am slowly but surely working on, like, a team that I will enjoy having. Here's a question. Do the avatars have, like, psycho stats? If I pop up my window capture here, we just type in avatar family. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Family avatar. There we go. They don't all have crazy base stats or anything like that, it seems like. Yeah, so these guys just have basic bitch. Some of them have 10 higher on base stats from Godforge. What is Godforge? Motherfucker. What is Godforge? There are so many things that I don't have access to. Upgrades an avatar after beating all of the gods. Not worth doing on most of them, though. Comes the Gate of the Gods. You can give a raw number boost to the gods. Raw number boost, does that make them better than this god spawn thing that I'm about to be doing? Because they just come with better stats than the god spawn anyway. I can't wait to see whether or not my Animatus is allowed to fuse with god spawns. Kaz, you could actually just test that for me and save me a whole bunch of time and disappointment. If you're, like, in the mood. I really want to know if you can just forge or fuse your creature with an avatar, not a god spawn, an avatar. Because something very tempting would be to set up some kind of like recursive creatures are rezzed at 50% health and fuse my avatar with Perdition. In order to buy that Godforge upgrade. 100% mana for the related god. It's a one-off for each Godforge upgrade. Okay. So you only get it one time. Only ones with any fusion restrictions, and I think Animatus probably just ignores them. Yeah, but probably and definitely are very different things. I am going to eventually try it anyway. I'm working my way up. I should probably just set up some kind of like heinous debuff patch or something like that to get rid of Shackler in the meanwhile. I wonder if I could just get my stats high enough that on the first slaughter I buff it Shackler to death accidentally. That would be nice. 100 emblems on 100% mana. That is a lot, seemingly. Because I'm guessing that the avatars require only give you a small amount of mana per kill, like 1 or something. To kill the avatars, or have to kill the gods 100 times straight to get them. Wait, you get full mana? What? That's awesome. I need 1 kill. One hit, 1 kill. Seems excellent. Yeah, the corpse explosion shit makes me want to have really high intelligence. But I wonder if going like the all attributes route doesn't make my build somewhat like anti-fragile against certain kind of counter comps or like counter mechanics. It may make it more susceptible to other counter mechanics, so I'm not sure if there's any merit at all to that argument. Bazillions of numbers. That is what we are looking for. Thrive on Death is such a weird mechanic. Oh yeah, I do actually have, I'm really sad now. I can't get the, you can't recover nether stones from artifacts, right? It's a one and done. You sock it and they're gone forever. As long as you kill them at difficulty 10, and you should only really kill them at difficulty 10 because that's required for another big thing called Ascension, which unlocks one additional perk. You can unsock it safely? Really? Oh my goodness. That makes me so happy. Because that's required for another thing called Ascension, which unlocks one additional perk for that spec. Only one, and it's unique to that spec. I was noticing that on the Siralim planner. That one did not, pass by my notice. I did not actually like commit to memory though. We're gonna have excitement here on stream because I did not commit to memory what the Animatus Ascension, the Animator Ascension was. Where are we? Animator. Your other creatures resurrect with 100% health. That is the worst. I don't want that at all. That doesn't matter to me. I'm so sad. That's probably why I actually probably looked at that and I was like, oh. Fucking the worst. I don't really want that at all. What a bummer. I don't think it's gonna help me. I wonder if there's a way to like make it so that works with the build really, really well or something, but it just doesn't seem like it. Unless you're doing a certain type of build. Well, I am trying to do a build that this is like me being basically pouty about this, but like I am trying to do a build like resurrection nonsense. Well, the thing is I'm definitely leveraging a resurrection mechanic here, but it's like if I'm already leveraging a resurrection mechanic, why is that? That just feels so underwhelming to me. It's like, eh. I guess I could, like, try to strap something to my Animatus that, like, doubles his stats or something when he reses. There's gotta be something like that. I think I've seen something like that. I just need the Gravebinder, perk that says that my stats persist through res. That is all I need. Like Buffet, which you do have, but just without using in-battle stat gains. I'm already doing, like, double trigger on death, and one thing that I'm trying to figure out if it works is, like, when enemies die, does my Slaughter Elemental now cast Corpse Explosion twice? Is that an effect that happens on death? I feel like it should be. And I'm not sure. Like, because I've got, what's her face here, the Nadine Rift Dancer with these two traits. Effects that activate when a creature dies will activate an additional time, and effects that activate when a creature reses will activate an additional time. I expect for these effects to work. Works with most but not all carnages for some reason. Huh. Okay, the Master of Carnages. I don't know what that sigil does. But yeah. I'm really hoping that I was also figuring it would work with Thrive on Death specifically. Like, I was figuring it would get me double Thrive on Death. So I looked it up. There you go. Your Carnage's attack when an enemy is killed. Got it. There's a buried treasure, and then I'm out of here. Feared at start of battle. Happens after start of battle stat mods, unfortunately, so... Alright. Completed my forage quest. Which means... Oh. You get a bunch of trait stones. I guess. I didn't notice that before. It's kind of nice. Alright, so we got the prophecy stuff going on. 6 lines. 11,686 piety. That makes me happy. Maybe I should have waited for the full thing, because it's probably an achievement for turning in a full thing of, a full thing of prophecies, like a full prophecy bingo board. Life Taker Siren in 5th. Well, let me see what Life Taker Siren looks like. Let me see. Life Taker Siren. After one of your creatures dies, this creature gains their innate trait. So the thing about those trait the thing about those trait sharing traits that I've noticed, like the trait sharing triggers, is that, well, number one, realm instability very regularly seems to have, like, very regularly seems to random into you're not allowed to use extra traits. And not just like annoying rolling them, but like the hidden realm properties. So these are realm properties, right? And then you have 5 hidden realm properties, yeah? So like generally speaking, because I've seen that one so often, I just kind of assume it's always going to be there. Like there's basically always going to be some kind of like restriction on traits. Because you're dealing with what's that, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 5, or 6 plus 5 realm properties, right? The hidden ones can't roll some of them. Okay, so where can I find the list of things that cannot be hidden? Please. My god. There are some ways in which the design of this game is terrible, and that is one of them. I'm only going to shit on the game so much, because obviously I'm still playing it and enjoying it, and, like, I'm having plenty of fun, but there are some things that are just so irredeemably, unforgivably awful. Like the debuff property and maximum traits. Practically all the hidden ones are enemy buffs. Okay. I hope there's a list of those somewhere. It's useful to have. I'll try to find it at some point, so that I can see like what are my safe, like if what, like I need a way to formulaically arrive at if X properties are not shown, then I'm safe. Because if I can't even do that, like if maximum traits Maximum traits can't be hidden, and that's way easier for me to roll with. Because I can just re-roll it away, right? I assume that if you're rolling on Realm Instability 5, that you are making so much power that their re-rolls don't matter that much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like not only am I getting more power as I climb in depth, like as I dive, but you're gonna be getting like 300% or something from the Realm Instability itself. So that might be something, like, if I can... I really want a list of those before I commit to certain kinds of stuff in my comp, to be honest. Some properties slow the fights down, not an actual obstacle, just a nuisance. Yeah. Well, with the restrictions that I've given myself here, like, I'm definitely using my animator. I'm definitely trying to have the animatus be the Pastishak of the lineup. I may even be committed to using Corpse Explosion now. I'm trying to figure out more power than I know what to do with other than the 50k cost chest from guilds. What in the fuck? What does a 50k guild chest give you? Like 7 pages of loot. I mean, that's nice. Alright. Yeah, I feel like what I want for this build is... What I want for this build is turn 1, like, my Animatus is going to eat every single one of its allies. They're all going to come back, and then everybody is going to have scientific notation stats. That's what I want. For a start. And what would be nice to follow that up with is some kind of passive way of applying my Animatus's Giga stats to the, It's just a big chest of mediocrity. Okay, well, do you get nether stones out of them? Can you get nether stones out of the chests? I would like some way, like Buffett, of applying my creature's stats to all the enemies. Now, that doesn't have to be on the Resurrect, for example. That can just be passively, but I would like it to be as unavoidable as possible. Skywatcher in 5th slot? Let me see. Now that I looked at Animator, Skywatcher. Let me see Skywatcher. Skywatcher. 2 words. This creature deals extra damage equal to the amount of defense it has greater than its target. Extra damage seems good. That's pretty tempting. I'm gonna go ahead and shelve that for persuasive on the defense front. Young Skywatcher is learning the way of the Jedi. Extra damage bypasses damage reduction. And it's flat, right? But it also doesn't... Does it also not get multiplied, for example, by potency? Let me see. That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Oh no. The worst layout. How we doing? How we doing, Mr. Ariamaki? How are we in your eyes? Ariamaki rank 10. It's going to be a sad and long grind. If running Skywatcher, percent damage increase in potency mean nothing. Gotcha. I want to bet that you can achieve similar numbers by leveraging multipliers like crit. I have so little experience in the way that numbers scale in this game that it just feels so horrible to try to like think about it, because shenanigans. Shit like start of battle precedence is so important. Alright. I was so happy to discover the Apis. I wonder if the Apis Envy. So I was thinking that would really be like the key to getting that number huge right at the start of combat, and then borrowing it with molecular betrayal. But unfortunately, the Apis is still going to end up with double the stats of my Animatus. Basically, like my Animatus will have huge mungus stats, but the calf, the bull, is gonna have double whatever that is, which is just silly. And we'll probably go first as a result of that, honestly. And so one of the things I need to do is, like, there's a spell that says kill yourself and donate your stats, right? There's definitely a spell that says is it like cast or die? Oh shit, I gotta take off the web browser. I hate it when I do that. I leave it up. But now I'm gonna go back to the web browser for a second, actually. I'm gonna look up we're gonna go where's the spell? We'll go to the spells. We go creature kills itself. Caster dies? Is that how this is phrased? When the caster dies, it resurrects the line versus sacrifice the light. No, this creature is killed. Okay, there's just one there. Creatures. Target stats are averaged. Interesting. Personally, I'm not sure how or when it happened, but attack damage got set to minimum value of 1% attack value. Wait, attack multiplied by percentage damage increases. So if enemy defense is 10 times your attack, I still deal 1% of my attack damage to them. Interesting. So if your attack value is astronomically high, is like 800 million times higher, for example, than anything else in the game, you still basically one-shot anything. It's pretty interesting. Stats, their buffs are removed. Each, wait, what? Nature infusion? Huh. And wait, ultimate, what? Ultimate spell gems recover 100% charges? This is an ultimate spell gem. Grandeur. Excuse me? What are ultimate spells all about? And does this recover its own charges, please? Your creatures gain a random buff and a moderate amount of stats. We'll see. Ultimate spell gems are spells that avatar creatures gain at the start of battle. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, level 11 for Ariamaki. There we go. Sirathils, that the Azure Dream. Excellent. Yeah, I think so. I think I need to double up here. I think I need to set my team up so that I can kill Shackler so I can proceed while I do this grind, because I'm feeling a little depressed by the lack of progress. Since there are just going to be so many infinite floors coming up, and I'm just like, I'm just not. Number not go up makes my monkey brain unhappy. So maybe I should just figure out how to mess with Gonfurion at the moment. So I have 3 death creatures right now, which is nice. Horde will work. So maybe we just do a little bit of Horde spam today. Let's see. Yeah, the animated perks are a little weird. I kind of wish that the Anoint system had a way of like sacrificing one trait for another trait. You know, like allowed you to get rid of traits in exchange for something. Because some of the traits that Animator has are very sad and not especially synergetic. Let me see. Teleport back to Siralim real quick. We are going to creatures, manage spell gems. You are going to, we're going to unequip these for the moment. This guy is summon unstable horror. Creatures gain a random minion for each creature fighting on your side that belongs to the same class as the caster. So that'll work. We can enchant. Actually, I can double that up, right? Do 2 summon hordes for this, just to make damn sure that this is gonna work, and we can just upgrade these real quick, like Where's the summon horde? Okay, one's on this page. One's on this page. Let me just enchant those. We have a chance to cast twice, because 100% chance to cast twice is casting twice. Oh. We'll put chance to cast after attacking on. Just do a chance to attack and chance to cast after attacking, I guess. It doesn't have the extra target potential because obvious reasons. That'll work, and then this one can just be chance to cast twice. Because I don't think that's gonna work. Chance to cast after healing? After healing might work. Or after provoking. Maybe just... yeah, after attacking, I guess. Oh no, actually that's probably not useful on this guy. We will go summon a horde. Summon an unstable horde. Ritual of Summoning seems awesome for this build, maybe, potentially. We'll give him an unstable horror right now. I will actually go ahead and enchant that unstable horror. Just, does it really matter? Probably super doesn't matter. Cast twice, cast an extra target. Okay, I'll just equip. We're just making we are just trying to set up a minion thing so I can go kill Shackler. Shackler's been annoying me. Give me the nether portal. Where are you? There we go. Okay. I'll trying to find another portal. Does Animatus have to be on first slot? No. No, it does not. The Animatus can be anywhere it wants to be. The missile knows where the missile is because the missile knows where the missile is not. Here we go. So, I will cast Summon Unstable Horror. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Forgot that Summon Unstable Horror actually... Wait, do these copies not gain... these copies don't gain properties? That's funny. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the generous copies did not gain properties. Whoops. Oh well. So, at this point, all I probably have to do is go... Summon Unstable Horror and hope that it hits my... Ritual of Summoning, Summon Horde. There we go. And we cast Summon Horde. Then we cast Summon Unstable Horror, cast Summon Horde. Cast, Summon Horde. Summon Unstable Horror then. Ritual of Summoning will work, I think, at this point. Cast. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't get any of the properties. Oh well. Hey, we got there. Shackler dead. Okay, now I don't have to deal with that for a little while, and I can actually dive well farming for the Godspawn creature. Woo! Real progress for the first time in like nearly 2 streams. Jeez, I do like Unstable Horrors. I think that they're very good for this build. I want to figure out how to get 9 on my Animatus instantly. But... like, that would honestly be my preferred route. The way that I was going to go, for the record, let me see, creatures, traits. How does that read again? Codex, references list, status effects. Unstable Horrors deal 10% of its master's highest stat for each stack of Unstable Horrors. So, and it gives 5%, you know, stats each. So by the end, you're rocking 45% more of all stats. And every time that you provoke or defend, you're dealing 90% of your highest stat to, is it all enemies? Did it say all enemies? All enemies, yeah. So that's really good. That's the sort of thing that I want. And then what I want is just to have a bunch of, like, chance to provoke. I want to set up a whole slew of chance to provoke stuff, and I want to have my animate is basically just provoking, or doing the provoke. I can leverage that artifact that sets you up to provoke all sorts and whatnot. Let's see. You can only provoke when you are not provoking. Just an FYI. Wait, so like, if a spell gem with a property chance to provoke after casting, will not occur if I'm already provoking. Like once per turn. Really? It must say that somewhere. And I just whiffed on it. So if you're provoking and defending in one, so you can provoke and defend, but you can't provoke and then provoke again, and you can't provoke and then defend and then provoke because they don't override each other necessarily. Codex, game information, combat. Does not actually say this. Where is it? Action limits. Does not say that anywhere that I could see there, or I missed it. Animators can go anywhere, just best if it's not in the second, third, or fifth positions for sure. So the only positions where it can have the fourth position is the only position where it gets full adjacencies. Isn't that weird? So I think you probably either run it in the first position or the fourth position. And probably there's no real benefit to running it in first over fourth, except insofar as slaughter and other mechanics will trace left to right, so you can kind of line it up so that things are, I don't know, conveniently triggering from second slot to sixth slot. Teleport to New Realm, 141. There we go. Progressville. Defending, provoking are removed at the start of each creature's turn. Cannot do either. Well, they are already doing it. Are there any traits that interact with that? Out of curiosity. And there are traits that cause your minions to do their thing, right? Like, cause your minions to trigger their effects. There's ways around that, right? Basically. So if I had let's pretend for a second that we have an engine, and I have 9 stacks of Unstable Horrors on turn 1 and a billion stats. How do I trigger Unstable Horrors the maximum number of times is the question. That would be the next thing that I would like to unravel. So it seems like I've already got quite a few different approaches to stacking an insane amount of stats. Like, I will be able to do this with a little tinkering. Next up, how to apply this as damage in a way that pleases me. Because buff it makes me really sad. I just want to apply, ooh, it is another stone. It's not an impressive one, though, unfortunately. Yeah, the next step seems to be like, how do I apply a shit ton of Unstable Horror and then make them do the dance? Anoint to defend when you provoke, so you can do both at once. Well, it seems relatively trivial to proc both a defend and a provoke on the same turn. Although that is nice. I was sure that I saw something like activate all of your minions' abilities. somewhere. Like, or maybe I was thinking like Gravebinder, like some kind of Gravebinder, generous redirect gem. Generous redirect. Let me see. Let's real quick window capture and do a little bit of like sip minions. Gain a random minion. Minions gain 3 stacks. It belongs to the same class. Casters killed and your creature's minions gain 3 stacks is insane, actually, because can I cast that twice? Will that, can I have that double? And does it have to kill the creature twice in order for the effect to go off is the question. Because once I set up my Ancestral Phoenix so that my Animatus is borrowing my Ancestral Phoenix's trait, then I can kill my own characters with wild abandon and totally indiscriminately. Anything I want to do that will kill my own minion is just free. In fact, I could probably set that up now. And so this game looks confusing. It is kind of confusing. I'm not gonna lie, there's really no defending it on that front. It's like heinously complex. Definitely not everybody's cup of tea. Welcome to the stream, Nyx. Naden Rift Dancer. Yeah, I have that already. No. I don't mean like, can I cast that twice? Like, wait a second. Are you saying that the minion effect? No, that's not right, Alien. There's no way that works. There's no way that the Canadian. So this is where is it? Caster is killed and your creature's minions gain 3 stacks. These seem like 2 separate things. This is not an effect that is happening like because this caster is killed, right? Like this is not an effect that happens when a creature is killed, is it? I was talking about that was a spell, not a trait. Yes, okay. So I was saying that oops, I didn't even show my web browser. While I was doing that, I'm gonna have to find like a single button toggle to toggle between these 2 things if I'm gonna keep doing this. Anyway, I'm talking about like if I enchant the gem to cast well, it's not just there's one that does on kill as well. Well, actually no, there's one that's on res and one that's on dies, but whenever an effect, I've tested this, and effects that kill also cause a death. So there's I don't think there's a semantic distinction there. But what I was trying to say was if I enchant it with the 100% chance to cast twice, will it cast twice? Like, will I actually be able to get that effect twice? Will it get 6? Will I be able to get 6 minions out of that? Very important. Because if I can get 6 minions out of a single death and I can just, and it will just res because I have 2 Ancestral Phoenixes, then there's no reason for me not to do that, right? I think so. Creatures can cast stuff. They can? Hallelujah. We're in the sauce now. There's gotta be something. We're definitely in the sauce now. If I can do that, that is gonna make me happy. So I'm gonna go back to Siralim. We're gonna turn in project. We're getting close to Can I actually do this? Oh wow. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, I should do this now, I guess. What do I want to do exactly is the question here. So let's say... What mechanics are good? Like, I've been looking at mechanics. Let me bring up my browser and actually turn on the Windows capture real quick. So what have we been talking? This creature deals extra damage equal to the amount of defense that's greater than its target. Where's this stat? So Vexed Antiquity is not a thing that I have access to. None of these are things I have. Like, none of these are a creature. Okay. So I think for now what I want to do is I want to keep this creature's trait here, the Sacrimony. And Sacrimony is a lich of some flavor. Whoa. Oh, it's 10:03. I gotta go. I am gonna have to go. But let me see here real quick. Siralim Planner. Go. Sacrimony. What is it? No, Sacrimony, dude. There we go. Lich Shadowcaster. Alright, let me just boop. Lich Shadowcaster. Okay, so I can summon one of these guys. And I already have an Ancestral Phoenix, and I want to fuse them. I thought I summoned an Ancestral Phoenix. There we go. Alright. Let's see if I can get this online real quick before I get out of here. Use the Lich Shadowcaster. With the Ancestral Phoenix. What do we want? We need it to be Lich Shadowcaster first. So it's actually going to be a magic type Lich here. No. It actually, I'm backwards. I have that backwards. It's got to be the Phoenix first. Excellent. That's good, because that means it's going to be a Death Phoenix. Hey, it's got a black skin as well. Let's do it. Okay. At which point we want to unequip that artifact. Deposit the Doomsday Spectre. Withdraw the Ancestral Phoenix. And reorder. So that we put the Ancestral Phoenix over here. Apis in the middle. Okay, that was as inefficiently as I could have possibly done that. And okay, so how do I attune a relic? Do I really have to come up here? Oh my god, I do. It's gross. We'll put the Whisper on this guy. Works the same as Tainted Imler. Wait. How the Fusel second works. Does it gain both traits or just innate? It's a proper fusion. Yeah, so it's just Yeah. It's just the innate. So if I level up. The Ancestral Phoenix, 524. Okay. And now... I equip him with... Oh. Is that... Is that really the one that it had? Alright. Now this should fuse with this, and I should get... But anyway, I also need... I'm going to forge another helmet. We are going to upgrade the helmet. Okay. We're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to take this helmet. Where's the big boy helmet? There it is. Looks like a shield. And we're going to go... health. And then we're going to go... speed int. We're going to go attack defense. I don't know about those. The motivation trait stone is what we're looking to replace here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with the Doom embryo thing. Blessing from below. And we'll put an unstable horror in here. And it looks nice because it's a nice big fat one, even though that's a big old waste. And I will replace the Netherstone with Furor later. But for now, we're just going to give him that artifact. There. Now, when does that proc? When does the Unstable Horror proc on a helmet? I can't remember. Codex, game information, artifacts. It's going to cast on provoke. Okay, that's fine. That's what we want him doing anyway. So now, even though I don't have any, like, proper macros or anything like that, what I can do is I can just assign this guy to defend, for example. And I'm pretty sure that... well, one thing that I do want to test is I want to craft... what was the... Supplicant Sacrifice? Supplicant Sacrifice. Creatures gain 3 random minions. No, that's not what it was. It was, Oh no! I left my thing up again. As if anybody's actually watching the stream. That's okay though. Let's look at it real quick. So I was coming over here. We want, Ritual of Summoning. That's what it is. Okay, we'll turn the thing off now. We go Ritual of Summoning. God, the people watching this VOD are gonna be so mad. Like, what the fuck, dude? Your web browser's always up and you're talking like the game is being played. So let's upgrade the Ritual of Summoning. And enchant it. We're going to give it a chance to cast twice. And then let's do like a chance to cast after defending and after healing. More charges is nice on this. No, it's actually not. It's only 2. Give it a chance to cast after defending. And I will just make this guy defend. He's already defending, so put the Ritual of Summoning on this guy. And we'll see what happens. Kill himself, and it'll be great. Okay, and this will be the last test, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, so the Apis attacks. We kill everybody. What? I cast Slaughter and they all... Like, it didn't even show them coming back. Wait, what? Did he actually gain the stats? Like, wait, what happened? Your Slaughter Elemental casts Greater Dispel? Did I somehow, like, ruin my Slaughter gem? Where is Slaughter? Okay, so he just attacked instead of slaughtering. Is that because it wasn't turn 1? Like, because my... It should have been... He should have been on turn 1, though. I don't understand. But let's keep going for a second here. My Slaughter Elemental will get a turn again someday. Hold on. Where's Tainted Imling, aka Garbage Can. So I literally replace in-game Sprite with a Garbage Can because its trait is literally replace your fusion for the price of effectively having no main parent. Like, why wouldn't you just fuse it with a creature to begin with at that point? Even the Imling god himself. Nem doesn't improve it and found no use for it. Fantastic. Yeah, it does sound like a useless trait, straight up. Oh no, it's the Storm Battle guy. Is this guy... Yeah, okay, so the macro's not working. I see. Why is the macro not working? Okay. Cast. Oh, I know exactly why. I'm forfeiting. I know why. I need to... Oh. Can I get rid... Need to remove the spell gems from creatures at the menagerie. Okay. So now I should be able to put Slaughter on this guy. The Generous Slaughter is how I got that proccing every single turn. Okay, now let's look at... So I was debugging real quick. Alright, let's see how this works. They're all coming back. Excellent. That is exactly what I wanted. Which should mean, hypothetically, that all of my my creatures res anytime anybody does a death thing. Like, anytime any creature... Anytime any creature does an ally kill, they should res no matter what creature does it. Which is potentially really powerful. And it does seem like I'm suddenly doing more buffet damage, basically. It's the Storm Master. If something were going to put up a fight, it would be this guy. Nice. Alright, so when I'm done with this realm, I will wrap up. Got everything to a place where I can leave it off and I can come back. I'm really happy about the death-looking Phoenix. And the fact that it all seems to work on first go. The fact that my bull always goes before my animatus is really funny. I'm gonna have to get used to it because it's just faster. And it's always going to be faster. It should probably cast something that kills itself. Because of that, specifically as well. Because if it kills itself now, it automatically comes back. Which means that creatures should just be sacrificing themselves left and right. Like, if it's gonna go before my animatus, there's no reason for it not to kill itself. Thereby dedicating its stats an extra time. Oh, I'm so glad that I managed to turn off the sound effect. I actually hadn't even thought about that when I was turning down the game sounds, but I managed to turn off the stupid little scrolling sound on the tiny minimap thing, which is fantastic. Here we go. Alright, teleport back to Siralim. Looks good. How am I doing on projects? Characters, projects 5 out of 5. Excellent. We're going to save game, save and restart. Yeah, I'm overdue for going to bed, so. You guys are awesome. Thanks, as always, for dropping by and loading me up with all of the Siralim tech. I'll farm the God Spawn next time. And we'll get some really, really, really big boy animated stats going on. And we'll see where I get caught on the next Nether boss gimmick, because I'm sure that that'll happen at some point coming up. So I will be trying to dive tomorrow. I may actually just do an all-day Siralim stream tomorrow. I don't know how active I'll be the whole time, but I may just boot it up early on because I don't really have much to do tomorrow, and I'm kind of on a Siralim kick at the moment. So thanks again, guys, and I will see you later. Have a good night.